Good morning. We open today's virtual service with a short video. It's titled, A Brand New Day. We hope everyone's holiday was wonderful. We did not have our usual large family gathering at our house, but we did enjoy grandkids and kids and lots of open spaces. Today, we welcome back the amazing musician, songwriter, record producer, Peter Dobson. We are Zooming to you from our beautiful but closed building. We are here only for this service. The sound in this building provides a quality and a love that encompasses all of us. We look forward to the time when we're back in this building, hopefully spring, maybe summer of 2021. Who knows, but we'll be here sometime. This is our very last service in 2020, and the title of our service is Got to Get Better in a Little While. Welcome to all of you who are joining us by Zoom. You are in the right place. My name is Rachel Daniels, and I am your worship associate today. Are you guys hearing a feedback? Everything okay? All right. Even though we are socially distancing here, we have windows open, we are all wearing our masks, and we'll be doing that throughout the service since the pandemic is still raging and our hospitals are at capacity. Our congregation is served by Reverend Lee Marie Sanchez, who has been working round the clock to support this congregation through the pandemic. We are fortunate to have Peter with us today. Peter is a longtime supporter of our fellowship. He's held my mother's and my entire family's admiration and deep affection for over 40 years. Peter is a graduate of Oxford, a prolific songwriter, a published poet, a recording artist and record producer, as well as one of the greatest blues players around. As many of you know, Peter joins us during the holidays for a musical celebration and dialogue on a topic that was previously selected by my mother. Today's topic manifested when Peter and I were talking on the phone about this service and the hope we derived from the election results, the hope that we have now a COVID vaccine, and the relief that 2020 was ending. Peter said, as we were talking about this, yep, got to get better in a little while, and thus today's very timely theme. Although today's musical service seems to touch on all our 7 principles, maybe it mostly focuses on the 6th principle, a goal of world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all. Music brings the world together, provides a platform for humanity to delve into and share heartbreaks, injustices, fears, endless joys, and hopes. And of course, it's always good to have dance music to work off the pounds gained by holiday eating and Paul's cookies. Everywhere on Sunday mornings, Unitarians light the chalice. If you have a candle nearby, you may want to join in and light yours at home. This morning, the chalice for our service is being lit by Paul Bogdan, who will provide the chalice lighting words. Paul generously maintains our UUFLB building, supplies us all with the best cookies. Paul's the host of our Zoom at Noon Friday discussions, which everyone's invited to join. And after the chalice lighting words, which Paul selected for today, Paul will also tell us a little bit about how he came to be part of our UUFLB family.
Good morning. When I was asked to light the chalice this morning, and I knew I had to come up with something to say. And so for those in the future that are asked to light the chalice, I went online and searched for words for lighting the chalice. And I found this, it's from Eric A. Heller Wagner. Blessed is the fire that burns deep in the soul, It is the flame of the human spirit touched into the being by the mystery of life. It is the fire of reason, the fire of compassion, the fire of community, the fire of justice, the fire of faith. It is the fire of love burning deep in the human heart, the divine glow in every life. So I thought that was appropriate. For those that don't know, I live a couple doors down from the church. I bought a condo here 22 years ago in 1998. And I've walked past the church for probably 10 years. And one day my mom came out to visit and we were walking to the store and she said, "Hey, that's a Universalist Unitarian church." And for those that don't know, we used to set up a canopy out front. And the first person I met was Riva and Mark. And we stopped and started chatting. And I told her that I've always wanted to give back to the community in some other way than just giving money. And she told me that they also feed the homeless. And seeing as how I cook and bake, I thought that was perfect. So then she tortured me and dragged me into the church. And I've been I think a member for about 10 years now. And me, Mark, Riva, Rachel, Brian, we had a great team feeding the homeless. We do it once a month. And I think our food was so good that people that weren't homeless would show up there to eat our food. And that's it. Then just getting to know everybody was the love and friendliness of everyone was just overwhelming. And I think we're probably the best greeters of any church that exists out there. So that's my story. Thank you all.
Thank you, Paul. We are so lucky to have you as part of our family. Now we turn to our very talented music director, Carole, for our opening hymn, which is number 146, "Soon the Day Will Arrive." And we'll all be muted, and Pam will place the words into a chat message so you can sing along at home, even though we're all muted.
Good morning, everyone. Let me know how the sound is. I was still hearing some echo from some others. So. Soon the day will arrive. This is one of our newer hymns. Soon the day will arrive. We will be together, and no longer will we live in fear. And the children will smile without wondering whether that day thunder clouds will appear. Wait and see, wait and see what a world there can be if we share, if we care, you and me. Wait and see what a world there can be if we share, if we care, you and me. Some have dreamed, some have died to make a bright tomorrow, and our vision remains in our hearts. Now the torch must be passed with the new hope of sorrow and promise to make a new start. Wait and see
Thank you, Carole. That was really beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, now we have an announcement from Don West Jr. about an upcoming book discussion that Don will be leading. Not only is this book worth reading, but Don is an extraordinary group leader, and if you want, and you will want to participate in this discussion group.
Morning, everybody. I just wanted to remind everyone that in January, we're going to be having a three-part book group. The book is Begin Again. Many people have started to read it. We're going to be sending out a message through our newsletter, and it's going to be on our website and our Facebook. Just want to remind everybody that it was going down. It starts January 13th at oh my goodness, I'm blanking. I didn't bring my paper. 5 o'clock, January 13th at 5. Thank you, Rev. January 13th at 5 o'clock. We're going to do it in 3 installments and have a discussion and talk about the book. We're going to invite some other congregations from around Orange County, so hopefully everybody will join us. So back to you, Rachel.
Thank you, Don. And even if you guys are sort of shy like I am, you'll learn so much by just being part of the group. So I really highly recommend it. Now we're going to take a moment to remind ourselves why we come together as a community. Please unmute yourselves, and we'll all be slightly off due to the time delays. And I think it was, oh, did I forget the centering thought, Don?
Yes.
Okay, well, let's do the centering thought before we do our unison affirmation then. That will be on the screen. Thank you, Don. Okay, our centering thought, and again, this is from our wonderful Paul Bogdan. We are travelers. We meet for a moment in this sacred place to love, to share, and to serve. Let us use compassion, curiosity, reverence, and respect while seeking our truths. In this way, we will support a just and joyful community, and this shared moment shall endure. And that was from the church Paul used to go to up in Port Townsend with his mom. And now our unison affirmation, which we'll all read together, so please unmute yourselves. And as I think Lee Marie noted, we seem to be getting so much better at this. Either that, or we just have lowered our expectations of what it sounds like. So yeah, so everyone please unmute yourselves. May we be reminded
here
of
of our highest aspirations.
Wait, it's the wrong screen for us.
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, there we go.
It's still the wrong, oh, here we are.
Yeah, okay, we'll start again. May we be reminded
Of our highest aspirations and inspired to bring the gifts of love and service to the
altar of
humanity. May we know
Once again that we are not isolated beings,
but connected in mystery and miracle to the universe, to this community, and to each other.
Thank you. Okay. Now is the time for our spoken joys and sorrows. And it's a time to share what's ever on your heart, either a weight or a joy that you want to share with us. And if you can either raise your hand or put a message into chat. Anyone else? Anything? Thank you all for sharing. It's what a time of year, huh, to lose family members. And Cindy and Jim, so sorry to hear about Jerry with COVID. And Tina, we hope your son gets better. A wonderful way, Mike, to take the tragedy of losing a son and put that into positive donations for the ALS Foundation. What a nice message, Candy, that you gave us about staying in the present and putting joy into just every day and our living situation, and the kind of resilience your mother has for the big change and just staying just present. That's really a beautiful message. And then who knew that we have 3 clarinets in our small congregation? Pam put a little message into chat that she also plays clarinet. We have Lexi who will be there, and Linda. I mean, I never knew. What do you know? So thank you all for sharing. Let's see. And now we're going to have today a musical meditation. And if you guys wonder why my mask is slipping down, I find that if it's up here and I'm talking, my eyeglasses fog up. So, but we're still all socially distanced here in the building. We have all the windows open. I'm probably, I don't know, 40, 50 feet away from Dawn, a good 20 from Peter. So if it slips down a little bit, it's just because I don't want my eyeglasses to fog up. So anyway, we're having a musical meditation today. Musical brings us closer to the essence of ourselves and to each other. And it helps us come together as a community as well. So as you quiet your mind, Carole will take us on a musical journey for our meditation. You can place your feet on the ground, rest your hands in your lap, take a moment to breathe and just enjoy Carole's music. There, thank you so much, Carole. We are now going to hear from our esteemed and wonderful musical guest and speaker, blues phenomena, Peter Dobson, on today's theme, Got to Get Better in a Little While. And Don is walking up to the front to turn on Peter's mic.
Would that be my cue? This is my cue. Hey, everybody. Nice to see you all. I can see little squares of you on the screen over there. It's actually fantastic to be here at Christmas on this stage because it's a very familiar feeling, because we've done this before. So it seemed like exactly the right way to do it. Rachel came up with this topic for us, which is lovely, because actually we used to come up with courageous topics, but I think it must be in the DNA, because you came up with a great topic too this time around. So I did a little monologue here. So let me read this and then I'll play you some music. Okay. Okay, here's our topic is gotta get better in a little while. So, blues is sadness, trouble, a hard luck story. What the poets, the singers, and the players do is make beautiful things out of this unpromising raw material. The blues renaissance of the 1920s and 30s followed the astonishing carnage of the First World War, compounded by the merciless butcher's bill of the Spanish influenza. It was contemporary with the vast stupidity of prohibition and its consequences, the growth of organized crime, and the complicit corruption of civic life. Along the way, it got another boost from the stock market crash in '29 and the Great Depression which followed. When you consider this tragic backdrop to the music of Bessie Smith, Louis Armstrong, Blind Lemon Jefferson, and Robert Johnson, it's not so surprising that ordinary Americans grew to love the art of the hard luck story. We're looking back here to events which shaped history a century ago, but it seems fair to make some comparison to what we're experiencing today. I'm talking obviously about COVID-19. Certainly the world is never wholly at peace, but it's been some time since all nations have shared a common crisis of the present sort. Maybe we're due for another bumper crop of our favorite trouble songs. But the question remains, how do we cope? If there's some improvement coming, some light in the deep dark, how do we turn up that light? Find the fast track out of this tough spot we're in. Exactly how does it get better in a little while? If we were turning to spirituals, gospel, or mountain music for answers, our rescue, our remedy would be an eternal home, a heavenly reunion somewhere over Jordan. Blues lyrics tell a different story. First off, there's generally a long list of complaints explaining why we're fit to be tied. Here's one from B.B. King. I bought you a brand new Ford. He said, I want a Cadillac. I bought you a $10 dinner. He said, thanks for the snack. I let you live in my penthouse. You said it was just a shack. I gave you 7 children, and now you want to give them back. A list like that makes you feel better right away. Maybe you follow it up with some sort of attitude adjustment, plan B. A new companion, maybe, or someplace you're headed. Maybe not heaven this time, more likely Louisiana, Kansas City, or Chicago. One way or another, this very individualistic sort of poetry seems to recommend moving on over getting stuck, hopeful travel over arrival, expressing your feelings over bottling them up. If nothing else, this kind of writing is a report from the front. Here's what happened to me. Here's my 2 cents. Make of it what you will. You take this data, this feeling, and channel it through a special sort of rhythm, harmony, and melody, and that whole thing offers some spontaneous solace and therapy in a difficult time. Got to get better in a little while. So let's check out some songs. All right, Rich. Is that all right? Oh, yeah. I heard this song from Big Bill Bluesy when I was a kid. It was on the radio and everything. And then when I was a little bit older and I could go out to some places, I got really lucky because Brownie McGee and Sonny Terry came to my hometown and played. And I got to go hear them play. This song's been coming and going with me for a long time. But it's kind of a back to front thing. It's this thing of they're running you out of town on the rail and get in front of the crowd and make it look like a parade. So in other words, if you get the key to the highway, that means, you know, your wife threw you out. You know, that's it, you're gone. You got the key to the highway. But this singer is very pleased with that title, and he figures it's some sort of like badge of honor. So here's this song we'll oh! I got the key to the highway. Bound to go. But I won't leave you running. Walking supposed too slow. And I'm going back to the bar room. Everywhere I better know. Now you haven't done nothing but drop a good man away from home. The good Lord's moon keep on shining. And the good Lord's in thunder. Walk on down this highway till I find me someone tonight. God loves you, keep on shining. Oh, shining brother. I'm gonna fall down this highway till I find me some water tonight. I've been from the good of California to the rocky shores of Maine. I'm so highway so long. The highways loving me. I'll go back to West Texas. On the way behind the sun. I said, good Lord in heaven, all you ever done. Come on. Dobson, on the highway, people. That old Greyhound doesn't go. I'm thinking about that woman that I'm loving. Was in the show, kept walking on. But I woke him just about daybreak. Put on my highway shoes. And it didn't take a long time till I had that old highway blue. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Big Bill Brinsley. I think it's there's endless lyrics to that tune, but you got to stop someplace. I'm going to do something a little bit different here because it really speaks to our topic, and it's about this world of the blues. It's about the Mississippi Delta and all things related to that. It's not strictly a blues song, but At the minute I thought of this topic, I thought of this song, so I thought, well, I'm doing it. So, because you know, I come to play blues, but there's other stuff here. So this is by a great poet. It's the same material filtered through a different style here. This is from Paul Simon. The Mississippi Desert was shining like a national guitar. I'm following the river down the highway through the cradle of the Civil War. I'm going to Graceland, Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to Graceland. All boys and pilgrims with families, and we are going to Graceland. When my traveling companion, 9 years old, he's a child of my first marriage. But I've a reason to believe we both will be received in Graceland. She comes back to tell me she's gone. As if I didn't know it, as if I didn't know my own name. As if I never noticed the way she brushed her hair from the forehead. And I say, lose that love, it's like a window in your heart. Everybody sees your flow far. Everybody feels the wind blow. Oh, in Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee, I'm going to Graceland. Oh, boys and pilgrims with families, and we are going to Graceland. When my traveling companions, ghosts and empty sockets, I'm looking at you, ghosts and empties. But I've a reason to believe we all will be received in Graceland. There's a girl in New York City, calls herself the human trampoline. Now sometimes when I'm falling and flying and tumbling and trembling, I say, whoa. So this is what she means. She means we're bouncing into Graceland. I said her lose that love, just like a window in your heart. Everybody says you're blown apart. Everybody feels the wind blow. Oh, in Graceland, Graceland. I'm going to Graceland. For reasons I cannot explain this. All of me wants to see Graceland. Well, maybe apply to different love every engine. Maybe there's no obligations. Maybe I'm a reason to believe we all will be received in Graceland. Oh, Graceland, Graceland, Graceland. I'm going to Graceland. I'm going to Graceland, Graceland, Graceland. I'm going to Graceland. I'm going. I'm going. Thank you. Thank you. I love that song. Paul says it's the best thing he ever did, the best song he ever wrote. So that's pretty good. I wish I'd written that song. All right, I'm going to go to we're talking about all that history there that back in the 20s and 30s. So here's something actually from that period of time. Everybody grew up with this song. It didn't matter if you were Willie Nelson or Howlin' Wolf, and you grew up on some farm somewhere and you had the radio. You'd hear this song. It was done in 1925 by a group called the Mississippi Sheiks, or Sheiks, however you say that. They thought they were Sheiks of Araby or something like that. A pretty raggedy bunch of guys with the violin and the washboard and the guitar and stuff, but it was immortal stuff. Hang on, I need a little sip of something. All right. So this one is a classic song, brilliant song. It's called Sitting on Top of the World. Well, I heard the bird wouldn't treat me right. Both day and night. Now she's gone, she's gone. Now don't worry. I'm sitting on top of the world. Work all summer, slave all the fall. After church, Christmas, boys in the old overall. She's gone, I don't worry. I'm sitting on top of the world. Used to come here, baby, holding up your hand. I could get me a woman.
Oh, hello.
You get a man.
All right.
She's gone, I don't worry. I'm sitting on top of the world. Down at the station, down in the yard, the freight train. Work's got too hard, now she's gone, but I don't worry. I'm sitting on top of the world. Yes, I'm sitting on top of the world. Sitting on top of the world. Thank you. Hang on, I've got to change guitars. I have a mind to do you some more of this kind of an Americana tune in many ways. This is from Mississippi. It's from actually got it from Mississippi Fred McDowell. And Mississippi Fred McDowell was just a great hero of mine. He's famous for saying, "I do not play no rock and roll." Okay, and he always had a little fifth of whiskey and a little smile on his face. And he wrote these sly little tunes, sang these beautiful things, played slide guitar, and lots of different picking styles. He was kind of an encyclopedia of the blues. I always liked this one from him. And it's all about a woman who would not behave. Well, that was his view of the matter. She might have seen it differently. Oh, Louise, and now why don't you hurry home? Yes, Louise, and now why don't you hurry home? Ain't had no loving. Yeah, since we gone. Louise, she got ways like a rolling stone. Every time I turn around, now she picked up and gone. Yes, Louise, honey, why don't you hurry home? Ain't had no love. Little girl since Louise been gone. Look at here, Louise. What you trying to do? Cause me to walk to Chicago to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, Louise, honey, why don't you hurry more? Ain't had no good loving. Just since Louise been gone. And now the big boats of the river won't come down. Lead to my soul, she's waterbound. Then the big boats of the river, she's on the bank of sand. She don't tread water, I declare. She never learned. Oh, Louise, what would you do? Ain't had no love. Yes, it's Louise been gone. I'm gonna tell you something, baby. You ain't gonna like it. Leaving here this morning, she's never coming back. Yes, Louise. Honey, why don't you hurry? Come on. Your hair ain't good. Your teeth ain't curly. You ain't good looking, baby. You can't shimmy in this world. Why would you hurt me? Ain't had no love. Now here says Louise been gone. Ain't had no love. Now here says Louise been gone. What do you think? Should we do one more? Should we do one? How are we doing?
Yeah, one more.
You want to do one more? Okay. Okay. This is we talked about that Plan B thing. So do you notice how many of these songs you're in motion, you're going someplace? You think of that time, the Depression era, when people didn't have a home, maybe they had a motor car, they slept in the motor car. There were these Hoovervilles where they built a little lean-to. They still had an automobile, they didn't have any territory left, they didn't have a farm, they didn't have a business, but just roaming on the highways, yeah, I think that Steinbeck thing. Itinerant people just looking to work someplace. They hear this work over here, so they go over there, and if there is, fine. If not, they go to some other place. And that's gypsy and nomad kind of existence, right? So it's so many of these songs are in motion. And this one is about a man with a plan. He's kind of might typify this whole thing. This is from the great Howlin' Wolf, and I got a soft spot for this tune. So this is going to be my goodbye tune. And he thinks it might just get better in a little while. So. Get up in the morning and hit Highway 49. I'm gonna get up soon in the morning. And Highway 49. Yes, I've been looking for my final day. First, I'm gonna stop at the whiskey store, buy me a jug of wine. Stop at the whiskey store, buy me a jug of wine. When I hit the highway, let's go Highway 49. Look out. I go rolling in Jackson Town. Soon in the morning, I go rolling in Jackson Town. I've been looking for my manager. Man says she can be found. I'm finding my sweet woman. Boy, she stays on my mind. I'm finding my sweet woman. Boy, she stays on my mind. I just finally got one. Sit down and drink my wine. All right. Thank you. Lots of fun playing for you all. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you.
Got it. Wow, that was phenomenal. Thank you so much, and Happy New Year to everyone. We are now going to extinguish our chalice. And these are our extinguishing chalice words, closing words. Through our eyes, the universe is perceiving itself. Through our ears, the universe is listening to its harmonies. We are the witnesses and conduits through which the universe sings its song, and when we allow, the universe manifests its love and magnificence through us. We'll now have our closing hymn, Peace on Earth, and Carole, to you. And you guys will still be muted, but please sing along.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With earth as our mother, we are family. Let us walk with each other with every breath I take. Let this be my song above. Take each moment, live each moment in peace, eternally. Let there be peace on earth. Let it be with me.
Yay.
Happy New Year, everyone.